Kermit the Frog is in the craziest hoodie I've ever seen in that concert. Have you guys noticed that? I did not know that Kermit the Frog was swagged out.
Sup, my dudes? Yes, I know this looks a little different today as I welcome you to a very special video edition of the Park Peeps podcast. You know me, Demi, from my theme park coverage on my YouTube channel, Magical Hijinx, but you might not know about my other venture, the Park Peeps podcast, that I co-host with my friend Joey Nolfi, who joins me today as we try something a little different. For the last year, we have been on all audio platforms wherever you get your favorite podcasts with new episodes each Tuesday. But today we're coming to you with a very special video edition for our season 1 finale, wrapping our favorite theme park happenings of 2025 with special guests Quincy and Emma from AllEars. They're joining us after several appearances on season 1, which also included weekly topics like the magic of Disney World bathrooms, the best Disney park water smells, Halloween Horror Nights, Disney park rankings, and more with special guests like AJ from Disney Food Blog, Jackie from Super Enthused, Cole from Park Pros, AllEars Fry Bucket, and our honorary third peep, Jeremy, aka Jarendell.
Hey everyone, I'm Joey. I'm an entertainment journalist and Demi's Park Peeps podcast co-host. You might also recognize me from our Kennywood video that we did earlier this year on Demi's channel. And before we get into our season 1 finale with Quincy and Emma from AllEars, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share it far and wide, and make sure you are subscribed and comment below telling us if you agree, disagree, whatever else you might feel or think about this list. Tell us in the comments.
So sit down, buckle in, and pull up on that yellow strap as we dispatch for our final Park Peeps episode of 2025. Enjoy our season finale with the ladies of AllEars.
Tick.
Talk.
Tick.
Talk.
You hear that, dear listeners, tuning into the official Park Peeps season 1 finale?
Yes.
Now you might recognize that intoxicating sound as the ticking and talking of the iconic clock with the fierce mug outside of It's a Small World, but it's also the ever-looming reminder of the sanctity and presence of time. And yes, an enduring signal that Park Peeps has endured throughout the year of 2025.
Ooh. That ticking and that talking also signals that the countdown to the end of the year is almost here, and in secret, Joey and I have actually been standing in front of the clock for several hours per day on each day of this calendar year. And
Each day.
if you do this, your full assimilation into a Disney adult will be complete when the clock strikes midnight on December 31st.
Yes.
Mouse. Slay the mouse. House down boots. And here for our official assimilation ceremony at the end of the year to count down our favorite theme park happenings, news, attractions, anything to recap the year in theme parks for all of 2025. Joining us are our dear friends and two people who truly match our freak when it comes to Disney and maybe shoeless Draculas, Quincy and Emma from AllEars. How are we feeling now that the assimilation ceremony is basically complete?
So excited. I've actually never felt better. I finally think I got my real Disney adult card after that.
There was a hole, like a gaping hole inside me that has been like finally closed because I'm assimilated.
You know what? I wasn't anticipating that we had this kind of power.
You guys should know. You were one of my top podcasts of the year.
Oh, thank you.
That is actually true. That I've seen verifiable proof that Emma photoshopped our podcast cover onto the top list.
I
Photoshop
actually
queen.
happen to know that Emma can't use Photoshop.
Now
Legally?
the secrets come out.
Yeah, legally she's prohibited.
She's
been
I
banned.
need some licenses.
You should see what she did.
Well, you know, this isn't something new for us doing this visual medium for Park Peeps today. And I mean, we could think of no better guests to have for this. I mean, our dear, dear, dear friends. So I just want to say before we get into this, like, thank you for being our peeps this year.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for being our peeps.
Before we get into our countdown, we want to remind all of you to please check out Quincy and Emma's work at allears.net and the AllEars Socials YouTube channel, and at AllEars Emma and at AllEars Quincy on Instagram, where they post year-round content from Disney and Universal parks and more.
But before Park Peeps returns in February 2026, please follow us at Park Peeps Pod, at Joey Nolfi, at Magical Hijinx, that's Hijinx, on social and YouTube, because we are definitely not going away for good. We are just resting and recharging for season 2022 of Park Peeps coming soon.
The Magical Hijinx YouTube channel will still be on, so please make sure to go subscribe if you have not done so. So many things are going to be happening in January, which is why we're taking off. But we're so excited to complete our Disney adult assimilation ceremony of 2025. So let's move on to recapping the year 2025 in theme park developments. We're going to go around and share 3 of our favorite theme park developments from around the world, no matter how big or how small, to celebrate one of the most memorable years in theme park history.
It really was a crazy year. I mean, we were just talking before we started recording. It's been almost a year since the first Epic previews, and we have all been through so much this year. It's just like they're packed like 19 theme park years into one year. That's truly what it feels like.
I cannot believe how much I flew this year. I think it was 36 flights I had under my belt. We had so much happening. Obviously, Epic was the huge one for me, going back and forth to Orlando a lot. I mean, I feel exhausted from this year, but in the best way possible.
No wonder you're pausing in January, girl. You gotta give the flights a rest.
She's not gonna rest.
I'm not gonna be home at all.
It's like worse.
It's literally like, nope, gotta go to grandma, gotta go to Festival of the Arts.
Yes, she doesn't have
and dropping this right now, we're heading back to Tokyo Disney, everybody, in Japan.
Well, that's
Without
fun,
me.
Can you put me in your bag?
Absolutely.
I'm in that bag already. You better claim a different bag.
Demi and I's main theme park interactions is shouting at each other, go sleep, go rest. And then both of us going, no.
It's literally us. I'll never forget when we were doing, I think it was Stella Nova, and we were both just like we found each other in the middle of like the hallway, and we both just looked like zombies, and we were just like, are you good?
Yeah.
Are you good?
We have this group has seen each other at the brink of pretty much anything. Just add anything into that blank at the end. The brink of hunger, brink of exhaustion, brink of sanity. Like, we have seen it all in the field and over international borders as well, because for all of you who don't know, I first was introduced to Quincy and Emma when we went on our Hong Kong Disneyland trip. So we've quite literally seen the world together. It's just crazy how time is passing, and we're gonna zip right along into 2026 with this. And now I'm gonna do something that Demi just pre-roll your eyes. Demi knows what's coming.
I'm scared.
It is
No, because this is what I hate. Joey always does. Joey, whenever we have a list, he does honorable mentions, but every time he does honorable mentions, they're like on my list or somebody's list.
Listen, Demi,
I would prefer if you didn't do your honorable mentions until maybe the end of the assignment.
You're actually wrong here, because
it's not your honorable mention.
Yeah, I'm no longer calling them.
It's something else Demi hates.
It's something else that Demi hates about me. I'm actually no longer calling them honorable mentions, because it is a trigger word to Demi. So these aren't honorable mentions. These are now noble mutterings.
I'm surprised you didn't call them your Figment facts or something.
Yeah, no, they are noble mutterings. I know that one is not going to be on your list. These are just things that nearly made my list on a personal note. I didn't include it just because it was very specific to me. And I think, Quincy and Emma, weren't you? You might have actually been with me. One of my favorite theme park developments of the year was meeting Tony Baxter at Epic Universe.
It was me.
It was Quincy. Okay, that was at the Le Cirque Arcanu pre-show. Yes. I think you were there too, Emma. Yeah, but we were in Le Cirque Arcanu, and we were right before the pre-show started, and it was just one of the fever dream highlights of my theme park life so far. He was with Robin Lopez, that NBA player, because they're apparently very good friends, and I remember just freaking out and going up to him and just being like, "Mr. Baxter, hello."
Famous Disney Imagineer, for context, for people that are not aware who Tony Baxter is.
Famously immortalized as a portrait on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Very true, very true. And also one of the minds behind Figment. And it was such a crazy thing to see. Not only, first of all, we're not sports people. Well, I'm not a sports person, but to see him with this 9-foot tall basketball player just chilling in Le Cirque Arcanu, you're like, what is this? This is AI generated.
Like, they invited me.
I'm like, sir, you didn't have connections here, but it was really nice to see him. He was very nice, and to see him enjoying, he's a true theme park fan. This isn't somebody who just kind of chucked his career aside and moved on, and like he is out there in the field exploring these things. It was just
He
really
said it
cool
was
to
like
see
he was a
him.
kid in a candy store at Epic.
Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah. It was
that's
very
so sweet.
it was very, very, very sweet. So that was my
It's also nice to see like a Disney Imagineer appreciate the Universal
Artistry.
artistry and
Right.
creativity
Right.
for sure. I feel like that doesn't get talked about enough.
So that was my noble muttering.
I found it noble.
Very
Thank you.
noble.
I honestly, so much has happened this year, I forgot that happened. So that was like a surprise. to
I was
me.
just thinking about it like the other day. I don't know why. Maybe I was thinking about Buzzy. Because
And we couldn't
one of the Lopez brothers bought Buzzy's clothes.
Yeah.
So I
That-
think
that
that's
is
how I got
true.
there.
And we don't even have photographic evidence of it because they were very much policing the no photos or videos inside the pre-show at that point. So
Right.
we couldn't even get a photo with him. So it's just something that'll live in our memory, I guess.
You know, that's so you got to meet him. I got a video by Joe Rohde sent
Yes, you
for
did.
me. That
Yes, you
was
did.
this year too, which was insane. I have a lovely patron, Trang, who went to this. What was so crazy? He was working with Jane Goodall, and he sent.
Oh, wow.
She was at this charity event thing with both of them for the Jane Goodall Foundation, and it was a week before she passed away.
Wow.
I couldn't believe when it was announced that she passed, I was like floored. I mean, I not only did I get like an opportunity to but Joe Rohde said my name, but that, you know, it was a part of this huge thing that was happening, and now she's just this incredible woman is gone. It was so crazy.
He actually thought he was making the video for Demi Moore.
Oh,
So he was
sorry.
like, yes, Demi, we
Yes,
love you
Oscar
so much.
nominee
Famous theme
to
park
me.
fan.
Famous theme park fan, Demi Moore. Yes.
Wow.
All right.
I think we should start getting into the real
Now
list.
that the noble mutterings are done, I think we should let our guests go first. Emma, Quincy, you duke it out. Whoever wants to go
Yeah,
first.
you guys choose.
Your favorite theme
Honestly,
park happening.
So much happened this year that I made notes, and I don't even know where to start.
I made no notes.
I know.
And I'm going only on vibes.
The
I
two,
made many
Great.
notes.
yes, the two
I think
different
that describes
psyches.
us as people.
Yes.
I agree. Oh, I
Yeah.
fully agree.
Totally
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my number one for the year is going to be anything Muppets related. So of course I'm going Muppet Coaster.
Yes.
Any Muppet Coaster announcement, specifically the animatronic announcement. That was what I was most excited about. My ultimate fear has been that they're just going to like slap on some paint and call it Muppets.
Yep.
So like, you know, some nice animatronics, you know, just like a little here and there.
Slapping it.
But
Yeah.
it sounds like it's going to be a really good pre-show. So that announcement in particular was probably my most.
And Kermit the Frog is
memorable
in the
one.
craziest hoodie I've ever seen in that concert. Have you guys noticed that? Why is he
Yes,
wearing
He's
that?
slick.
He's like,
Yes,
he's
I did not
cool.
know that Kermit the Frog was swagged out. Like, I guess I didn't know that, but like, I was
You
offended.
didn't know
I was
that.
offended.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get, like, you know, where it's a cool recording studio
Yeah, he's like
vibe,
a cool,
like,
like,
you
he's
know.
a cool, like, Kermit's like a cool music exec.
Yeah.
He's now that Steve Buscemi on 30 Rock where he's like, hello, fellow kids.
Yeah, that's
Like,
literally Kermit's vibe.
Yes, that is Kermit right now. But no, I think that's a really great. I knew obviously, like, who didn't know that Emma was going to come with something Muppets, and
Yes.
So the penguins, the little penguins, they are coming
From
back.
Muppet Vision 3D are
from
going to
Muppet
be.
Vision
Very
3D.
exciting.
And
Hopefully
who's-
they
see,
play their symbol on time if they are playing their symbol.
call them out. Call them out.
Their rhythm needs work.
Are
Yeah.
there okay? So I feel just like any intellectual property, as Demi well knows, I am like very clueless when it comes to like actual intricacies of the Muppets. So do they have names, the penguins? Like, is there like a name for
No.
them, or they're just the penguins?
No,
Oh.
they're just the penguins. Yeah, those specific penguins. Yeah, I mean, there have been occasions on like in some movies where like a side puppet maybe gets a name for like a line in a movie. That also doesn't even necessarily mean that's their name in real life because they're playing roles in movies.
And
you know
who's
what?
the guy in the booth?
A Scooter.
Scooter? Yeah.
Scooter.
His
Scooter's-
uncle owns G-Force Records now.
Yes, and Scooter is famously the stage
baby.
manager of the Muppet Show.
Famously.
Yes, famously, yes.
I
This-
don't-
I don't think you realize how big of a deal the Muppets are.
I don't retain information, but you know what I do retain is museum artifacts.
I'm too
Um,
far away, but I do have mine.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
well.
only have Shrek 40.
Well, now, okay, wait a second.
Well,
I actually can't get them. I'm
That's
trapped
okay.
by
No,
wires.
we're fine.
Yeah.
If you,
Emma,
if
just
you
go
didn't
like
hear
this.
our episode with Emma when Muppet Vision 3D closed, and you can hear me and Emma cry and Joey making fun of us. No, I'm kidding. He didn't make fun of us. You should go back and listen to that. But I've been saying for years that the Muppets should be at Rock and Roller Coaster. When that happened, I fell to the floor, and it was before I found out that Muppet 3D Vision and Muppet Courtyard were closing, and I was so excited. Like, I was like, something I said is actually in the world is happening, because it really makes sense when you think about it in terms of, the Muppets can't, yes, performers are human, right? But the Muppets can't die. I know it sounds kind of morbid, right? But do you know what I mean? It's because it's going back
Muppets
to the
can't
ghost
die.
It's going back to the ghost of Michael Clark Duncan in Disneyland Paris that I've talked about on
As
this
all
podcast
things
a lot.
do, yes.
When I went to the Armageddon attraction, and he had been famously been dead for years, and he's in the pre-show. It makes sense to have something that, first of all, Disney owns that can't die. And,
Have any Muppets died ever?
Yeah, actually, let's do a quick fact check.
I'm already Googling.
Fact checker Quincy.
You could say Rizzo since Steve Whitmire's no longer with them and they don't have him like ever, but he's actually, I just looked at this today, believe it or not. He's still officially on the Disney.Muppets character website. So maybe there's hope of a return for Rizzo. I don't, maybe he's just on vacation, but
I need everyone to know there is a Muppets wiki. There's a Muppets wiki page called Characters Who Have Died. And it is a list of and obviously it's like they're killed in films when they're performing.
Oh, okay.
So no
okay.
Muppets. Yeah, it's like for instance, Beaker becomes a ghost after crossing over to the other side in 2009's Ghost Hunt web video, which is presumably non-canon, but it is listed here. There's a lot listed. And then also they have a section, just in case, on near-death experiences as well.
Well, technically, Robin
really
as Tiny
helpful.
Tim dies Before He Doesn't Die.
That's in
Muppet
the
Christmas
near-death
Carol.
experiences. Yeah.
This is a turn that I did not think that this pod was going to take,
You
but
should
I
have
am.
known me and Demi in a room, it would have taken this
Yes,
turn.
I'm glad.
Literally wearing a Muppet Studio.
Oh no,
sweatshirt right now.
I knew we were going to get into Muppets territory. I didn't know we were going to
but
get
the
into death of
yeah.
Muppets,
I
and
think
then
that's the
fact
Quincy
checker Quincy.
sprinkle.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
Quincy
I just
spice
love
of
to
life.
add a little spice.
Death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I,
A little
I'm just-
death.
I think also the Electric Mayhem, they're I genuinely say it, they are a great band. They really are. I listen to them like they're absolutely a real life band. They do great songs, great covers. Like there's already a lot of stuff banked if they wanted to use it. Like they have a recording of Run Run Rudolph, which would be great for a Christmas overlay. They don't even have to re-record it. You know what I mean? They own it. So it really just makes sense. And you also not to get dark again, you can't really cancel the Muppets. There was controversy with Aerosmith, and I mean, unless they start doing some weird stuff with them, but I don't think they are. You can't really, I think it's like the safest bet that you could really do, and I think it's the smartest move that they've done in a while.
Yeah. And a great choice for Emma. And we talked a lot about on our last episode with Emma about why the Muppets mean so much to you. And I love hearing you talk about something that you're so excited about and it makes you so happy. And the gift that you got this year from our dear friend Cassell.
Yes.
She got you this lovely, I don't want to mess it up. What is it? The Miss Piggy.
It's a 1989 doll of Miss Piggy in near perfect condition that she just randomly found on eBay. It really is my whole life.
That's
I'll bring her
beautiful.
with me to the park. I won't put her on the coaster.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
bring her with me.
Yeah, we have to keep her. We can't have a Muppet death. We cannot have her die. But
Not after this.
I also love that I
She'd
said
be
her
added to the
name,
wiki page.
her joke name that I call her Cassell. This is Cassie. Wait, like that's how everybody knows her as Cassie. I always just call her Cassell. Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's move on to Quincy.
Yes.
Hello. That's
Hello, Quincy.
Yes, hello.
This is the first thing that pops into my head, and I feel like it's maybe not as big of a deal to anybody else, but I know it's kind of a big deal to people, and that is the announcement that they will be repainting the castle back to its cream and light blue color scheme.
This is a big deal. Don't ever downplay what you care about.
This is such a big deal to me. This was my favorite announcement from D23 this year. I was like literally like emotional about it. It is I've never liked the pink castle, but I've never been a hater, you know, like I'm always like I don't like to be a hater on anything unless I truly really don't like it. And I've always disliked the pink castle. It just doesn't feel like Cinderella Castle to me. I've always felt like the royal blue on the spires, it doesn't go with the pink. Like it feels like a weird saturation choice. Yeah. And I just, in general, when they were painting it, I was like, you know, and like that's kind of been, I never got rid of that feeling. And then when they announced that they're repainting it, like I always get sad when I'm writing on our blog and I'm in the gallery and I accidentally look at a picture of it in the old color scheme, because that's my Cinderella Castle. That's the that's Disney World that I grew up going to. I was born while the castle was Birthday Cake Castle, so you know that's maybe technically my castle. But I
don't know why I thought she was going to say she was born in the castle.
I was born in the castle.
Wow.
There's a
Cinderella suite. In the bathroom in the Cinderella suite.
I was born in the bathroom in the Cinderella suite. That's why I do this job. I'm
Peeps
contractually
exclusive.
Obligated because of the circumstances of my birth. But it is that castle, the old color scheme is so right in my opinion. And so the fact that it's coming back is like really like it's like one of the best things they could have possibly done to improve my general Disney World vibes. Like it's maybe if you had told me to list things they could have done that I didn't think were going to happen, I would have said this. Like this got painted so recently and I feel like it hasn't been a huge backlash to people, you know? So it's like I just didn't expect it. So it's just I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's funny that you use the word saturation because I remember when they first painted it, it was really in the sun. Do you remember like how really pink it was?
Yeah.
And I think over time I've really grown to like it because it's not as harsh anymore.
Yeah.
And actually like all I was thinking when they said, "Oh, we're going to paint it back to blue," is everyone's going to have to go and do new B-roll footage of that castle and take new pictures.
We're just going to start using B-roll from 2018.
I mean, it does make sense that it is in Florida because it reminds me of like the kind of salmony pink that every woman over the age of 45 has in her bathroom in Florida, like that kind of wall. And there's like some sort of, usually like a jade or turquoise colored accent.
Almost like a Golden Girls.
Of the bathroom of the Cinderella Castle suite, which I know from the circumstances of my birth.
Of your birth, yes, the circumstances of your birth, yes. I heard Golden Girls and Quincy's birth. And we are rewriting the lore of every pop culture, every corner of pop culture today. Just your lore is being rewritten.
Yes.
Or exposed, actually exposed. We're exposing it. This is journalism. Yes.
Yeah.
I love this, Quincy. That what a lovely choice, and I love that these things are all things that, like Demi, we have talked about on this pod this year. I mean, we talked in our episode with Drew, the Disney dude. That was one of our things that we were like, we really hope that this happens. Is that they announce the castle color change at Destination D, and they did. Yeah. And so, Quincy, we are aligned. We are all aligned. I love this so much. All right, I'm going to just because piggybacking off of Quincy, like I have to, and this has nothing to do with the castle. It's just because Quincy is the one who spoke last. I have to go next with mine. The Dracula's foot lore at Epic Universe. It just
really something.
It has had me in such a toehold since April. When we first heard rumblings.
How long were you working on that one? Just like how long have you had that cooking up?
I mean,
yeah.
I don't reveal my process. Since April. I've been waiting since April to say that. Almost a year.
Can we give some context just for backstory, please?
We're going to. Because I first remember seeing a TikTok from a team member before footage was allowed at Epic when they were still doing the team member previews. And she was just like, the dogs are out. If you know, you know. And everybody was like, what are you doing? What? Like, what are you talking about?
Hellhounds? Does she mean hellhounds?
What?
Dracula has hellhound. God, you guys don't know
I'm
anything
sorry.
about
I don't.
vampires.
Well, that's why we have you here to.
I didn't know what you were talking
Well,
about.
Emma knew.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Okay, Demi knew.
Yeah,
It's
of
just
course.
Joey.
Yeah.
Sorry to rope you guys in.
I famously don't know anything.
I
But
have like crazy classes with Joey
Period.
after this.
Yeah.
yeah, Quincy, you do have to educate me. I feel like
We're
further,
gonna have to
and
do
that's
a
why.
PowerPoint night that is just Demi and Emma doing like a Muppets PowerPoint, and then I'll do a vampire PowerPoint supported by both Demi and Emma as well.
I agree.
That's actually my dream, and I'm pitching it for us right now that we all do like the day drinking with Seth Meyers.
Yes.
But the four of us like educating Joey.
Oh my God. I this put it on the books. We're doing that.
Yeah.
When
That's
I
my
when
dream.
I
Nobody wants to hear me talk about Dracula the way I talk about Dracula, but I'll do it.
Yes,
You've
we
already
do.
heard it.
Well,
I'm
Yeah,
yeah, my
if-
PowerPoint.
I'm encouraging.
but have we
If you
heard
have
it?
not listened to the Quincy Dracula or Epic, it was our official Epic Universe ranking video with podcast episode with Quincy, which we really dunk into the feat lore of
Yes, we did.
the Dracula animatronic
And it-
on Monsters Unchained, because for context, he does not have shoes on.
Yes, and that as I was going to say, that started one of the best journeys we have ever been on. And Quincy, you were right there with us, telling us the lore that the VIP tour guide told you during the Epic tour. And I feel like this fits into the beauty of, and this also counts as like my Dark Universe being one of my favorite theme park developments of the year, because it ties right into the intricacies of the land and all the team members like telling you different stories, and
Yeah.
the lore of this land exists. The truth exists somewhere in the middle of all of these different townsfolk and team members who are telling you different things about the lore of Victoria Frankenstein and the monsters and it's such a cool in-depth land. It's like a living story, more so than I feel like the other lands in that park are, at least to me. And I mean, on every ride since, I mean, Dracula's bare feet, the grippers, they've been gripping and griming and just showing off for everybody to see. I cannot, every time I ride this ride, I think of Quincy and when I see the bare feet. And
I hope that's true for a lot of people that they think of
I
you
do-
when they
think it
ride
is.
the
Yeah,
ride.
I think it, I
It's
mean,
probably
I do.
a shocking. I actually get texts regularly from people that I'm like vaguely an acquaintance of, and they'll be like, "Saw Dracula just now."
well,
I'll be like,
I mean, I
Hope you
think
loved
we
it.
I think we should just have Quincy. Can you briefly just say what the VIP tour guide told you once again, just so
Yeah.
our listeners here can
Yeah,
hear
so
it?
I was told off the record that the reason as I put it on the record, but the reason the grippers are out is canonically because actually I think I was told on the record. Regardless,
Yeah,
the reason the
no,
grippers
you
are
were.
out is because canonically. Victoria, when imprisoning Dracula because of his great power and the fact that he was being imprisoned around all the other monsters, wanted to reduce his sway, his clout. And so, as is traditionally a thing with a lot of like older societies, she took his boots as a humiliation tactic so that when Dracula was imprisoned, he would not have his boots. And it was supposed to make him less powerful, a little more humiliated. Didn't work because he's Dracula, but she did try. That's the plot.
Yes. And I was going to say off record, this has been on record for about 8 months, floating around the Park Peeps
I
Instagram.
remember actually what it was he said, pretend you asked me about this. And then he told me
Yeah.
because I think that he wanted to tell me, but I didn't specifically
Yeah.
ask the right question. So that's what it was.
And it just all adds into like this is one of many stories I'm sure that they have for this. I've certainly heard other things as well, but this is just, it's such a cool thing that there's so many different things to choose from in this land. And it just speaks to how intricate and in-depth this land is. And as one of our listeners, though, did recently point out, I want to call this out, Dracula's shoes, I don't know if you knew this, Dracula's shoes are actually visible in the attraction. They are in the gift shop exit. They are underneath. This person showed a picture to us. They are on top of a piece of luggage underneath the one table. The table, as soon as you exit the ride building, there's a table, and his shoes are right underneath the.
Where her ring was. Sorry. I didn't
Oh.
want to stop you from talking. I think it's under that table.
Yes. Where Quincy, where you got your ring?
Yeah.
Where I got my ring. This ring?
Yes. That ring. Yep, that ring.
It's amazing.
I
Look,
literally have it on.
And you are tied to this once again because the shoes are under
my
your
two
ring
rings,
the whole time.
My real life engagement ring and my ring for my vampire boyfriend.
Do you remember when
Ones that are
somebody
important.
wait in the comments on the video that I did with you for AllEars on the gluten? I think it was the gluten-free one. Somebody commented underneath and they were like, "Is this the mysterious fiance?"
Yes. It's the news is out, y'all. Joey is my fiance.
Me and Quincy.
As
Yes.
We can talk about
clearly
it.
tell by
Debbie
our
is
very
losing her
romantic
mind.
vibe, the chemistry. It's
Debbie, they
palpable.
were fully serious too.
Yep.
And I just laughed so hard. Demi is crying. Oh my
People
god.
see a man and a woman touch a shoulder
I
and
know.
think, well, they must be in
They
love.
see a man and woman speak. And
Were
they're
they
like,
listening
those-
to the episode?
They used
They
to
were-
do
I
that to
think they
Quincy and
watched
Breed
it.
Love all the time.
Oh yeah,
too.
people think
All
we
the
love
time.
her, and it's like, listen, there's some key, I think some just very key components that maybe you're not picking up on here.
I even pee my pants. I'm so sorry.
Maybe it's me.
Maybe it's
Maybe
Quincy.
it's me.
Quincy
Who
just
knows?
has like really good chemistry with everyone.
Yeah.
That's
You,
true.
you do though. You do.
You
honey.
really
That's
do.
what it
No, Quincy, I will say you really do. It is a magnetism, and you even courted ghosts from colonial history past. We resurrected Benjamin
Ben
Franklin in
Franklin.
that video, and everybody should go watch that video because it was. I mean, actually, there's two. We did
There
a
are two.
review
Gluten-free video
of
and
yeah.
review of Liberty Tree Tavern.
Lovely. That was so much fun. I love doing that. All right. Well, that is one of my favorite theme park developments of
All
the
right.
year. Ms. Demi, after
right.
Demi has done relationship shaming me.
Never. I would never shame you. I just find that incredibly hilarious.
Take my shoes. Take my
Take your
shoes.
shoes. Take your shoes. Well, I actually want to for my number 3. I don't have like a specific order of like ranking.
Yeah,
but,
we'll just
you
say
know,
them. We'll just say them however we want
But
to.
I have to, and it was so great that I got to actually do this with somebody in this very podcast episode right now. Miss Emma, I got to experience Beacon Barrel with for the first time.
Beacon
And
Barrel's
Beacon
fun.
Barrel is one of the best things I think has come out of the Disney parks in so long. This is the first ever. Are we allowed to call it a lounge? Is that
It is a lounge.
It is a
It is a
lounge,
lounge. Yeah. It's only because they want reservations. So I always get a little nervous calling things lounges because in lounges in Disney
Yeah.
it's all walk up. But it is a lounge. It's the first lounge in Magic Kingdom where you can actually get not a pre-mixed alcoholic bevy, which you can only get a pre-mixed alcohol bevy in the sit-down restaurants in Magic Kingdom. And this is right next to Pirates of the Caribbean. It's an immersive pirates bar, and it is just so fun. It's very cruise-like. You know, you have the incredible parrot that comes out, and it brings like the whole room together. Everyone yells yo-ho, and the food we had was so good, and the drinks are so good. But it's really just like the vibes are vibing. There's things just happening like everywhere around you. There's great photo opportunities. It was really just such a fun addition.
And the little bird.
Yeah, I said the
Yeah, I
first
love
thing
him. I love
the
him.
parrot, the
What's his
Rummy.
name?
Rummy.
Yeah, what's his
Rummy.
name?
Rummy. I
Yeah.
actually, I have. Oh, he's over there. I have
Oh.
him over there. But
It's actual Rummy. He's like heckling Demi behind the camera.
Demi stole it from Beacon Barrel for the
He has
museum.
him in a
No, it's
noise-proof
the
box.
shoulder plushie of Rummy. I think it's so fun. I think like if you are heading to the parks, this is not like something that you have to do. Like it's not like an adults only place either. It's something the whole family can enjoy, but it's also something that as an adult you can very much enjoy. You know, getting
Park
yourself.
Peeps After Dark.
You can get a bevy, and
That's
you
where
know,
we go before our podcast episode. Beacon Barrel.
Beacon Barrel. I love it. I'm glad I had Emma with me to experience that for the first time. That was really fun. And I just I think it's something that people should really consider adding to their list because it's a short little like 45-minute thing that you could do in between your day, get a little light bite and a drink, but just really be like in this immersive environment.
It's a great. I have not. I think I'm the only one on this episode that has not done it yet. When I was there in September, I believe there was one reservation that was open at like 8:30 in the morning, and you know I don't do rope drop, so I was like, I'm not. And it was for one person too, and I'm just like, how bad? Like me showing up to rope drop for my lone single reservation at 8:30 in the morning at a bar. I was
judging
like,
you for not doing it, so it's good that we're We're judging people who would do that. I see.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, who would do that?
That's
maybe that would be wild.
Somebody on the show.
I would.
I don't know. I really am excited for it. I think that it does. We have seen a lot of really interesting and great Imagineering decisions be made this year. And I think that this is one of them. So, I mean, it is a signal that things I think are moving in the right direction, at least creatively, within the constraints, obviously, that like, you know, IP has to be a part of everything. This, I mean, do we consider now like, I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean is technically, I guess, an intellectual property now, but like this doesn't feel like the same thing as like slapping Stitch onto a bar, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? There's no Jack Sparrow, so like,
no, there's no Pirates movie stuff in here.
Yeah, so it does just feel generically pirate, like, you know, which is nice actually, but it's still, but has the touch of the Disney feel, obviously, because it is, but. I maybe, you know what, maybe you hit the nail on the head. Maybe that's why I really also enjoyed it a lot, because, you know, everything is very IP and that it's very more subtle. So.
And also the other thing that we've been talking about, I think everybody on this episode has also done this. The other great Imagineering feat this year that we saw is also not IP, Test Track 3.0. So it's like, I mean, Emma, have you done it?
I haven't done it.
Oh, you haven't done it yet.
I know.
Okay.
I've had the opportunity to, but I was in a rush. So
well, I was going to say, I think I was at a park with you on the day that you had an opportunity to do it, and instead we just got a little
wanted to be with my friend.
Yeah, we just got some drinks and talked. Also, shout out to Kevin when we went over and talked to Kevin over at Guardians. What a nice, sweet team member working the line there. But yeah, that was a nice day. But next time we'll get you on Test Track 3.0, because it really is. That is a feat of Imagineering.
It's amazing. It really
so
just
good.
feels like Epcot. And I, as someone who really was not a fan of the last version, it's something now I can't wait to do over and over again. It's really unbelievable what they've done with it.
Yeah. Great choice, Demi. Absolutely great choice. Okay, let's go back up to Ms. Emma.
Yeah.
What's another one for you?
My next one is also an announcement. It's not necessarily something that's happened, so I'm waiting on this one, but I am so excited about the magic of Disney animation.
Oh, you took mine.
Which is, I figured I honestly thought me and Demi might have like matching lists. Yes, there was a world that was going to happen.
Yes.
This is a new land coming to Hollywood Studios. They're replacing Animation Courtyard with this and Star Wars Launch Bay. And it's inspired by the Burbank offices in California. But like the storyline is that you're going into the animation studios while the animators are away and the characters have kind of taken over. They've talked about a lot of stuff coming to it, and it feels so classic Hollywood Studios, which I think we're kind of already touching on. We're all aching for like classic theme park, not as much IP. I feel like that's the last two things we just talked about, and I feel like Joey said already, it just feels like we're going in the right direction. Now, is this going to be like a massive, you know, roller coaster that everyone's going to be busting down the doors to get on? Not necessarily, but that's not what I'm always looking for.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this.
I so agree. When I saw the art too, and that how like the cover art looks like the animation style that I personally love, it's very 90s looking. I started to cry, like full on tears. I'm so excited about this, to have animation classes back in Hollywood Studios.
Where you don't have to take a train a mile out to Refugees Planet Watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
and maybe it's not going to always be an animal, you know? But listen, we love Rafiki's. We love the animation class up there. But it really makes more sense, obviously, in studios. And I was so excited, because especially it came right, after we had the announcement of Muppet Courtyard closing, when everyone when they showed the concept art of Monsters Inc. and they're like, oh, well, that definitely looks like the animation, the Star Wars Launch Bay building, and then like that didn't go and Muppets went, and everyone's just like, Muppets is gone, but Launch Bay is still standing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I was like, nothing against Launch Bay, as I actually really liked Launch Bay, but like, it was more of just like, okay, I feel a little bit better that at least we're getting something new over there as well, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm so excited.
And anything that feels like a group sort of thing. It doesn't feel like because there's going to be a lot of different characters here. It doesn't necessarily have the same feeling as Emma said earlier, slapping an IP on to this. Like, it does feel like the breadth and the scope of this is going to be company magic instead of just drawing from one singular IP. And I do like that as well. And the other thing that makes me really excited for this is every time I go to the Contemporary now, I like to touch the Mary Blair. I touch the Mary Blair. I love to put my finger on it. And there's the Mary Blair. I touch the Mary Blair. There's Stephanie famously has, it wouldn't be a Park Peeps year end without mentioning Stephanie. So shout out to Stephanie and to Lindsay. Cousin Stephanie and her girlfriend Lindsay. I love them very much. But I cannot wait to touch the Mary Blair playground because there's going to be a playground, a Mary Blair.
I know. Oh.
So excited about that. I also think this whole area is based off of the Once Upon a Short, I think is what it was called. And that was like my favorite thing that Disney's released in a long, long time.
Sorry.
So I'm really excited to see that come through. Quincy's pulling the craziest poses. If no one's paying attention, I really want you to go back the last 2-3 minutes. Yes. This is the second time Joey and I have started coughing.
We just in the moment have started to, we're
What
just
was I
Such a
doing?
natural moth. You're going.
You were pulling back of a book author pose. It was crazy.
It's your
But I
tell-all.
loved it.
This is how I'm listening to you guys.
Dracula's feet.
Yeah.
The tell-all.
Yeah, Emma, what a lovely choice. I think that this is so fun, and also Demi too, because this was Demi's choice as well.
I'll come up with a new one.
I think that
He's
that's
like,
really
"We don't."
great, and I think that it really, it's not something that I think a lot of people immediately, at least like casual park fans right now, have at the top of their mind, but it is something that is so, I think, integral to the fabric of what makes a park like this work, and it is one of the few things that they have announced recently that does, like you're saying, Emma, feel like it's not only classic studios, but it is tethered to some semblance, whatever semblance is left of what the heart of that park is or was at some point. It does feel tethered to that original spirit of the park in some way. So I hope that this means that they are listening to people who are saying that, like, we're kind of losing the thread a little bit on what some of the heart of these parks is or their core story. So I think it's a lovely addition to this list.
Yeah. I also think everyone's going to talk about the roller coaster, but after you've been in line for 4 hours for it, you want somewhere to go sit.
Yeah.
So they're very, very important, even if they're not at the top of your list. And there's lots of areas like that still exist, but I'm glad to see another one.
Yeah. But especially at Disney, because, a lot of people really love Disney because even though, yes, there are more, extreme rides than others, nothing is really too intense, or even if there are, it's not the majority of the park, and people like the fact that they have these spaces. There's lots of people that, I was with my friend all week who were in the parks all the time, and I had this realization. I'm like, I've been going to the parks with her for years, and I don't think I've ever seen her on a ride before. And there's just people that are like that. I've ridden Guardians with her one time, but she's just like a vibes girl. She likes to go in and look at the thing and get it, and that's it. I think people have to realize the vibes are important. It really makes a difference in your experience. And what Disney does really well has always been the immersive vibes. That feeling that
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Days of just rides are not fun.
Speak for yourself.
You would think.
I'm saying just rides.
Yes.
I'm saying every ride in Disney World in one day, every ride in Magic Kingdom in one day. Those are that you are removing. Even if you have a day where you're all about rides, I'm a rides girl. I'm all about rides. There's so many things that you don't even realize are happening to improve your day that are vibe based.
Yeah.
And if you take that out, which we do have to do for some of the challenges we do on AllEars, it becomes a not fun place because you take the vibes out.
That one of the first times Joey and I ever hung out was over in Universal at Islands, and he's always been a person of rides, and I'm like, come here at the Hogshead and sit, have a drink, and watch Velocicoaster go by, and he was panicking. But eventually, he learned to appreciate the vibes.
I did. I'm like a little chihuahua that
I was gonna say it's like when you have to put your dog in the crate to let it calm down.
Extreme. That is never a more accurate phrase has ever been said. Quincy, you know me so well. You know me so well. That's so accurate, and it is true because I did see firsthand what doing not only rides and one coast in one day, can do to you, but I caught you both at the tail end of doing rides on 2 coasts in the span of 24 hours.
That was wild that you guys were able to do that.
We be doing stuff.
We do a lot of stuff. There are a lot of videos where I'm like, thank goodness we filmed that, because I have no memory. Like,
and no one would believe you if you didn't film it.
You'd be so exhausted by the end.
When
you just don't remember.
You guys doing all 4 parks and then flying, and then, but what was so crazy, like, what shocked me the most, because I would do the same thing, but just the fact that the flights were on time.
We did that twice.
And we've almost missed flights a lot.
Yeah, we did that twice. The first time we did that was while the park hopping restriction was still in place. So we had to do 3 of the Disney World parks in the span of an hour, because our flight was at 4:30 and the parks, you couldn't park hop until 2.
Right.
And the parks are not close to the airport.
No.
And we were standing in line for TSA, and in the video you can see this. There's a point where it looks like I'm going to throw up. That was not played up. I was literally so nervous I was about to throw up, because it was also, we also were doing other stuff in Disneyland. It was like our first time we were going. It was my first time ever to Disneyland. And we were, 5 seconds from missing our flight. They closed the
people behind us were the overflow.
They cleared, they gave away tickets the second after we stepped onto the, our tickets would have been given away.
Oh my God.
The second after we stepped on. I can't believe we made that.
And then you got off, and then
drama.
What did we do? The first thing was inhaling gas fumes on Autopia.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
That's just lovely. Love
Very
that.
important.
What else do you want to do but go see Bird?
Exactly. All right. So
Well,
Quincy, let's move on to yours.
I've got a weirdly specific one, but one of my big wins of the year, it's actually really specific and really broad, is Epic Universe food.
Yes.
Because this, I think, was a incredible level up to what theme park food is. Almost everywhere in Epic Universe, save maybe Toad Cafe, there are huge wins on the menu. This is healthy, nourishing food that is also fun. And I that doesn't sound fun. You're I'm not looking for healthy when you're in a theme park. You won't notice. You don't notice that it's healthy, but also you won't feel like garbage after you eat it. It is still fun, and you don't feel like garbage after you eat it. And that is life-changing. Joey's really, that's really.
Don't mind
Joey, this is not an audio only episode.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Audio listeners, you should really check out the video of the last 5 seconds. But the food there is so wonderful, and it is so Universal really figured out how to work their mobile order system, and it functionally works amazingly. You're sitting for longer when you're going to a meal. In most cases, unless something has gone wrong, things move very quickly. You get quality food quickly. And on top of that, everywhere you turn, there's a Coca-Cola Freestyle machine, which is awesome if you have the refillable mug. But it's also awesome because there is filtered cold water accessible within 40 feet of you at any given point, whether through a Coca-Cola Freestyle or through a water bottle refill station. And this has just been such a dramatic shift to how the relationship with food is in theme parks, I think.
That's a great point.
I think it's a huge win, and I hope we see it having an effect, a rippling effect on other theme park adjustments in the future. I think it obviously comes from Disney's shift to focusing on food over the last few decades. Universal has followed suit with that. But I think this is the first time they've done something where I was like, oh, okay, they're cooking, literally.
Yeah.
Literally cooking.
Literally.
And making that super healthy health drink, the Celestial Spritz.
Yes, very healthy, the Celestial Spritz.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're so right. I have eaten, if anyone hasn't seen, I did foodie guides to each land at Epic Universe. I've eaten at every single place, almost the entire menu or the entire menu at every place. And I was just so blown away, honestly. To me, Das Steakhouse is something
I was thinking about Das Steakhouse the whole time I was talking.
It's so good.
Because to me, and everywhere else is great too, but to me, that one, when Joey and I took my husband for his first time, we were like, where are we going to take him? Das Steakhouse. No question. That's the place, right? The fact that quality of food is quick service food.
And the theming in there.
And of course, the theming, is amazing. But the quality of food is just so unbelievable for a quick service. It really
the same is true for Cafe L'air de la Sirène and the Belle Noir in Main Street.
Absolutely.
Those are meals you would be served in a table service. Those are
absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, I loved those as well. To me, Das really stuck out as like the top. Like, I think probably because of the menu style, because, you know, the other places, yes, they have, like, obviously they have meat stuff. I ate that too. But the fact that there are so many, like, different, like, meat things at Das, and they're all cooked really well. Even, like, the chicken isn't dry or anything. It's, like, good. Like every single thing I had there, like, it wasn't just, like, there were places where everything was like, yeah, this is solid, great, like that. Everything at Das just was like, wow. That was a wow for me. And then also just the rest of Dark Universe over at Burning Blade, like those snacks, that whole snack menu is so good. Those burnt cheese balls.
Oh my gosh. The menu at Burning Blade.
Like Taco Bell. It's amazing.
Yeah. Quincy called me on the phone about the baked potato.
I did call her on the phone about the baked potato.
She was like, I actually am in the park. You're working, I'm working. But I have to tell you about this.
It did not hit for her the way it hit for me.
It was really good, but the way Quincy stopped both of us in our work professional tracks, because she was like, I have to tell you about this.
It's smoky, which I love smoky. And I know smoky's kind of... that baked potato, I'm going to Epic soon. I'm so... Like, my mouth's watering right now. I'm getting that baked potato. And that beer, also delicious.
Flexing your gluten privilege in front of the person you did a gluten-free video with.
I'll continue to do it.
Excuse me.
She did that to brag, Joey.
Oh my God. I know she did. Yeah, Demi also does this to me.
Yes, because Joey would definitely be drinking beer if he could have gluten.
As your fiance, that's what's at our wedding. As your fiance. Yes.
Please don't do that again.
But
our wedding, by
the reception is in Burning Blade.
Yeah, well, the whole wedding is in Dark Universe, and it's all Gothic vampire themed.
Shoes not allowed.
Dracula's going to be the officiant.
Yeah, well, Dracula, the animatronic is the officiant, but I'm also dressing as Dracula, and Joey's a bride. So that's sort of the wedding theme.
We've planned it. We've planned it. I love this. And everybody's invited.
Yeah. Me and cousin Igor will be...
Flower girl.
Yes, we'll be the flower girl.
Flower girl. You love this so much. But I just want to say on the last note of Epic food, Epic has what I consider to be my absolute favorite theme park snack that I've ever had in my life. And I harass everybody to go there to try this. The skewer, the teppanyaki skewer at the bow place between Stardust and Burr.
It's crazy good.
It is the
it's
hands
my favorite
down.
Snack.
Yeah, best snack I've ever had at theme park. And
I also love the bow there. That you really can't go wrong with that stand.
Yeah.
Gluten privilege.
Yeah.
But I remember when I got this in September, I took it to the Burning Blade just because I wanted to eat it in the Burning Blade because I liked the vibes in there. So I took my skewer all the way over to Burning Blade, and as I'm sitting there, I'm not kidding you, 3 different people were like, what is that? That looks so good. What is that? And I was just like, you got to go get it at the bow place.
Well, that's 100% my favorite snack. I think it's so delicious. I remember like telling you about that, and I was so excited that you liked it because I really didn't know if you would, but it all goes back to the vibes. You wanted the vibes.
Yeah, I did. Well, great choice, Quincy. I think I'm gonna go with mine is relatively quick. One of my favorite developments this year is Kennywood being acquired by Hershend Entertainment.
Yeah,
that is big for you.
It is so. It's because Kennywood is, as if people don't know, and they should all go watch the video that Demi and I did on Magical Hijinx from Kennywood. One of my most cherished. And it's choking me up right now, honestly, like just to think that like my friend came to Pittsburgh and we got to do this park that is so important to me and so important to so many people in Pittsburgh. And it is a National Historic Landmark, literally a registered National Historic Landmark. It's opened in 1898. It is just played such a vital role in the culture and history of Pittsburgh. And it, I have complained so much over the last few years about the way this park has been managed by Parque Reunidos, which was the company that owned it prior to Hershend. acquiring it, and we'll talk about in a second why Hershend is so important. But just to give everybody a vibe who might not know about Kennywood, it used to be a trolley park, what they called a trolley park. It was at the end of a trolley line, so the working class families of Pittsburgh, at the steel mills and in the suburbs would take the trolley and just go and picnic at Kennywood, ride the roller coasters. It sort of came up as a very iconic place. There's local documentaries that have been made about it. It's a very traditional amusement park. Think like games and old wooden roller coasters, and it's such a nice place.
I loved it so much. I'm so glad I got to go. Do that jackrabbit ride was probably my favorite.
Clang, clang, clang with the jackrabbit. And the Parque Renidos kind of started putting in additions that kind of made it feel more like a corporate park and not so much a traditional amusement park. And I believe, Emma, I sent you the one video of last summer when I was there, and I was like, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about how they ruined it. And it's like this nice 100-something-year-old racer roller coaster glistening on the lake, and then you pull back and there's like, it looks like a K'NEX Tinker Toy construction, the Steelers roller coaster looming like 200 feet above it. It's just crazy. But in March 2025, it was announced that Hershend was entering a deal to acquire Kennywood, and then in September 2025, Hershend formally took over. So now this company now owns most of the parks that have wood in the name in the United States. So they are most well known for obviously co-partnering with Dolly Parton and running Dollywood, which is another one of my favorite parks in the entire world. Emma, I know that's very important to you as well. But now they own Kennywood and also Silverwood in Idaho. So they own the 3 woods in the park, or in the country. But now, if any of you have not been to Dollywood, we need to inform you, Emma, just how immaculate this place
Emma's
is.
making a face because I haven't been to Dollywood.
I've been begging her. I've been living in Tennessee again for over a year now, and she has turned me down.
To be fair, we have had mutual discussions when the trips were planned and been like, we are both run ragged right now. This is not a good idea. And we have canceled
There was one trip that like 2 weeks out, both of us finally were like, can it?
It was planned and we were like, we can't do this.
I mean, hey, I'll go whenever. I love that place. We're
aiming for March 2026.
I mean, well, that's the press event, right? I'll go.
There's the reopening.
The reopening, yeah.
I am trying to go down there for that. So, I mean, I hope it happens. But
I want to go so bad. It's just like, it's so far from the airport. So it's like one of those things where you have to like rent a car. And also for some reason, because
Get an Emma's car.
Yeah, I'm going to get an Emma's car. See, now I'm going to get an Emma's car. But like, because Knoxville is such a small airport, like, for New York, the flights are so expensive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, flying there is so expensive.
We just drove from Pittsburgh. Like, we honestly drove, and my car gets such good gas mileage. We had to fill up one time, so it was like $40 in gas there and $40 in gas back. It was crazy.
Emma lived here, I used to be so confused about why she always drove home, because it's such a long drive, and I was like, just fly. Like, what are you doing? And then one time I looked at flights to Knoxville and I was like, that's why she's driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even always fly to Knoxville because it's so crazy.
Yeah. I once found like a relatively cheap flight and I had to go to Orlando first.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you get cheap flights from. I'm always like, what are people talking about? Flights are expensive. It's because for some reason, probably Disney World, Orlando, it's cheap to fly anywhere from here.
Well, that's how like everyone
everyone
always asks me like why I'm basically a super commuter to Orlando, right? And it's like because it costs less than the Uber that
like
drops me off the airport.
$12 from New York. Like it's like
yes,
I go to New York all the time because it's like
yes.
It's
like
go.
$40,
yeah,
or like the cheapest amount of points. Like that's why, guys. Like, it's really that's the secret. Live in New York or in Orlando.
Luckily, I'm handling the Dollywood problem,
okay.
So we don't even need to worry about it.
Okay,
everyone just come to my house.
Yes,
and I'll
get in your car.
Yes, love this.
Let's go. We're doing it.
It is worth it because Dollywood is so nice, and that is why this makes me so excited for Kennywood to finally be. And also Kentucky Kingdom, I believe that Hershend just acquired, and they've been making some really meaningful improvements there and theming-wise. And I just think that Hershend is a company that understands the heart and soul of a place and isn't going to try to turn it into a mindless sort of pristine corporate park. I think that they are going to understand why Kennywood is so special, get rid of some of that sort of corporate sheen and get back to the roots of this place. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that remove the Steelers theming from that one area, maybe repaint the steel curtain roller coaster because it's ugly. But Demi, I do believe that there were some changes that you did even when you came late in the year. When we went, there were some improvements in the management already, and I was remarking on it when we were there. I have never in my life seen, we were there in the middle of the day on a Friday, and they were running 2 trains on all the roller coasters, and I was like, this is crazy. They never do this. The lines were non-existent. I was like, we're already seeing.
And there was a hot dog eating contest.
Run by a kangaroo. So hey,
you want entertainment, people? We got it.
Jeters. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, that's my choice. So, Demi, we'll go on to yours.
So I was actually originally going to do the one that Emma said, but I'm going to change it up last minute. And because I want to save my last one for the last one and talk about it's kind of like it's kind of theme park adjacent, but it's in our world. And it's Horror Unleashed in Las Vegas.
Ah, what an interesting choice. I'm excited about this.
And I know there, a lot of people have we talked about it on the podcast. And if you saw, make sure to go watch my video about it. There's mixed reviews about it. But overall, I had a very good time. And as a horror girly myself, the fact that, you can go somewhere that there is this experience all year round is a really amazing opportunity. And what I think a lot of people fail to realize is, Joey even was like, oh, it's not on the Strip. I'm not sure how that's going to do. Area 15 is a place that so many people go to in Vegas, and it's really close, and the Ubers are really cheap. It's $10 to get there from the Strip, right? And there's all these other little experiences that are happening. So it really kind of fits in that section, right? And, it's all really about the designers and the performers that are in there. And, the experience that I had, seeing all these beautiful, houses and all the design and just the passion of these performers, it really was, so fun. I think I love, the Jack show was so fun. I think Chance was an incredible standout performer. I think it's just there's so much happening. It's so fun. I really love that I got to have the start of my Halloween season was officially that was my first thing the day before Not So Scary, because I did that and I flew to Orlando that night overnight for Not So Scary. So August 14th was the start. To have something that early, or when you can go whenever, and they're starting to do seasonal things like Krampus, I think that's so great. So especially because we love on this podcast Halloween Horror Nights, it was a really cool opportunity to be able to experience something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to go. I didn't get to go because we were in Paris during when the trip needed to happen. So Breedlove and our team went for us, and I wanted to go.
I know. It was.
We were eating steak au poivre in Paris. So
I couldn't believe when he texted me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm the one going."
Yeah, he was like
this big scaredy cat.
That video, by the way, is hilarious.
I was about to mention this. It is the best Breedlove video I think I've ever seen in my life.
I have never heard screaming like that. Just he is just the force in his diaphragm that he puts behind the screams, and he's apologizing to the scare actors the whole time because they'll scare him, he'll scream and he'll go, "I'm so sorry." It's I mean, truly, the video did not do very well for us because I think it's just a little outside of the scope for all your viewers. Yes. If you want a good time, you need to watch Breedlove's Horror Unleashed video.
I actually didn't watch it yet, but now I'm going to.
You should watch it.
I will tell you, because I have had this experience many times with Breedlove. Going through a haunted house with him is one of the greatest joys in life.
Yeah.
It's really, really fun. And I was so excited that he got to do that. And he's gotten so brave. I was very proud of him.
Yeah.
It was brave.
Another lovely choice. Let's round this out and let's get our final round started. Emma, what's your final favorite theme park thing of 2025?
This one is like, we've already touched on it. So I know the four of us, we could talk forever, but we can also keep this one short. Honestly, just across the board, epic universe.
Yeah.
I think what it means for theme parks in the future. I also think, I don't know, in my head, the theme parks just were. I didn't feel like I would see Universal or Disney open one. We've talked about a Disney World Fifth Gate for what feels like my whole life.
Yeah.
To the point where it was like, well, I don't think they're actually going to do it. You know, it's just like something you hear but you think isn't real. So Epic being an actual manifestation of something that felt so monumental to people who really care about theme parks and the development of them was just really, really exciting. And to see what hopefully it's going to push Disney to do and push Universal themselves to do. Like, I don't know, I think it means a lot of really good upcoming things for what we all love. So I loved Epic all around.
Absolutely.
Snaps for Epic.
Snaps for Epic.
It's such
Love
a
it.
lovely place, and it just is, regardless whatever issues they're ironing out, which is to be expected. I do think, obviously, the main complaint is that there's not enough attractions, and it's just, I hear that, and I fully agree, but
More
when you
than Animal Kingdom.
true,
More than
very
the studios
true.
had it when it opened, and I think the same amount as Epcot where Magic Kingdom had when it opened. So
Very true.
There you go.
And I think it, for some reason, it feels a little different, I think, at Epic, just because I think that they're just overall, the layout of the park is, for some reason, I think, contributing to that because it is so segmented.
Yeah.
But I just, what a place. I mean, it
The
just,
vibes.
oh, it just, every time, it's like every time I see the castle, it's like every time I walk through the Kronos, I'm just like, I just like this place. And you hear the music and the soundtrack, and it just,
I just think there was a lot of room for disappointment, and to walk in and still genuinely enjoy everything that they did, even as down to like what Quincy talked about earlier, the food. Like Universal has not been known for that, so I know that was such a big thing for everyone.
Yeah.
Because they really showed up and showed out and said we're not here to play, and I think that was really exciting.
Yeah.
They showed toes and showed gout.
Yeah. And I
Isn't
think
that it? Isn't that in the toes? Isn't gout in the
it's in
toes?
the ankles, and also
think it's
Dracula doesn't
everywhere.
have gout. He has
it's
very good
everywhere.
ankles.
But I also think, like, you know,
I
going back
tried.
to when we were talking about, like, we were talking about with Disney, with, like, you know, with IP, for Universal to do an entire, you know, center main land to be original IP and to create like Captain Cacao and Maya and this whole lore that goes throughout the entire Celestial Park, and, you know, the branches out to each of the worlds. Here's your little Captain
My little
Cacao.
guy.
I mean, I love it. I want to expand on the lore. When we remember we talking about, we would love a Captain Cacao dark ride. I think it's, and that land is just so insanely beautiful. I mean, you know, yes, every other land is completely immersive in its own way, but like, if you just want, again, going back to vibes, if you want just like this incredibly beautiful setting, man, it's Celestial
Putting the park back in theme park. That's what they said, and it's what they did. It's like a beautiful park.
It is like a beautiful.
Yeah.
My husband literally said, he said, I would love to just come and bring my laptop and work here.
Yeah.
And that's true. It's just
In
so
the
beautiful.
winter.
Yes, in the winter. You just want no sun. Bring your umbrella hats. You just want to vibe in there. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, just like they put the park back in theme park, we're putting with this episode in Dracula's foot, we're putting the pod back in podiatry.
Wow.
You're fired.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Podcast is over. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We're putting the pod back in podiatry.
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
works.
good, actually. Your
Yeah.
meetup was rough getting there, but when we made
Yeah.
It
it,
was slow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
I was
job, honey.
hesitant. I was hesitant, but we got there in the end.
yeah.
All right. Great
Wow.
choice, Emma. Quincy, what's your
Um,
final?
Not to be one note, but very recently, it was announced that in Romania there will be there will be a theme park opening called Dracula Land.
Dracula Land, which we did an entire episode about last week.
I saw. But yeah, so here's the thing. Obviously, this is huge for me. Everyone on our team was like, Quincy, are your tickets already booked? And I was like, girl, I'm looking at property in Romania. What do you mean are my tickets booked? I'm moving. Like, it looks incredible. The, like, sort of concept behind it looks awesome. It is being led by one of the chief creative designers behind Europa Park, which is widely considered one of the
I missed that.
Yes,
We did
widely
miss them. We
considered
loved
one of the
Europa.
most incredible theme parks in the world.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting. However, I kind of think that it's not going to come to pass. Because it's a lofty concept, extremely lofty. There's like an arena as part of it, like massive shopping, 3 Dracula themed hotels. It is a extremely ambitious timeline of like 2 years, and their website, it looks like it was made in Wix, and all of their concept art is Chat GPT, baby.
Yeah.
So many arms on those people. It's the clearest AI tells its most uncanny valley, like icky stuff ever. In my opinion, I do think that in 2 years, 3 years, this is going to be a Jenny Nicholson video that's 4 hours and has 1 million views of her saying like the disaster of Dracula Land because they defrauded a bunch of investors. Now that's just based on the fact that the vibes are bad.
Yeah.
But I would love for this to come to pass. This was an official press released announcement. There are real names backing this park, real investors, $1 billion investment. That is real. So in theory, it could be real. The AI art and the general vibes around it make me feel very hesitant about the likelihood that this will happen at all, much less in the timeline they've promised. That said, I want to give it the benefit of the doubt and shout it out as one of my favorite things of the year because I will be in Romania in this Dracula park if it does come to pass.
I would expect nothing less from you, and I was thinking
You're going too.
the whole I was thinking of you the whole we're going Transylvania Amy.
I now like if this really does happen because Joey and I were like very serious like yes this is something we would 100% go to, but now I really want to go with you.
Oh yeah, I mean I'd love to go. To be fair, I'd love to go to Romania in general. You can visit Vlad the Impaler's castle, and there's a lot of stuff about Dracula there. There's a Dracula festival that happens yearly. Like in general, I would love to go. Actually, the Dracula festival happens in Whitby Bay, which is in the UK. So it's like I've really wanted to go to that as well. Because Whitby Bay very featured in the book. Anyway, no one cares. All of these books right here are copies of Dracula. So I would love to go to anything, just to Romania in general. So maybe that will be on my docket regardless of Dracula Land. But it'd be cool if there was a Dracula Land there when I went.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I did not realize that it was being sort of creatively led by Europa Park personnel. I mean, Europa Park is on my bucket list. I need to go there. Just the new Voltron roller coaster that they just opened. I mean, I won't spoil what it is, but like if you watch POVs of that, the first thing that roller coaster does when you leave the station is something that I've literally never seen any roller coaster do before in my life, and you can't even guess what it is when you
I'm literally not going to look it up just in case I one day go to Europa.
Don't. It's so silly and dumb, but like it would make me giggle if I didn't know it was coming. Like I would just have an uncontrollable giggle fit if I didn't know. But what a creative masterwork that park is, and that makes me more excited. I don't know how I missed that in our research for last week.
Yeah, I missed that too.
Yeah.
The bios for all of the thousands of people that were listed were very long in your defense. Yeah. Because I also had to write for the site. It was a lot.
And I also read every single article that there was about this on the internet. So I
sure did.
I would expect nothing less.
Sure did.
Well,
I think that this is it's super exciting, and we'll definitely all be there on opening day if this does happen. Okay, so mine is just a quick. I mean, I should have said this when we were talking about Dollywood, but just very quickly, one of my things was this was Dollywood's 40th anniversary. I loved seeing all of the investments and the announcements that they had for Dollywood. Dolly Parton was also inducted into the International Theme Park Hall of Fame at IAAPA, the annual convention this year, which was just so well deserved because she's been describing herself like the Walt Disney of Appalachia, and I'm just like, that is so true. And what she has done for that region, just philanthropically, charitable donations, the reading initiatives, and the book drives, and just everything she does just funnels back to that region and just has helped make that area into what it is now. And it's just, there's so much good that woman has done, and I'm so glad to see that she was inducted. And then they also announced Night Flight Expedition, which is a new.
Oh, I'm so excited for Night Flight Expedition.
Oh wait,
So excited.
Quincy, are you raising your hand
I
to
know,
say
that's
something?
a question.
Okay.
I
Oh,
just didn't want
yes.
to interrupt. How do you guys say the name of that mountain range? Emma, go last.
Not Appalachia.
Okay.
I mean, apparently I've been saying it wrong. 'Cause
Appalachia.
I always say Appalachia.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
It's Appalachia.
It's Appalachia.
Oh,
And the
well.
My
Appalachian
friend in
Did your
my friend in the
ma
Poconos
tell you that?
My friend in the
She did.
Poconos says Appalachia. So maybe
Appa.
it's regional.
I mean,
It's definitely regional.
it's for sure regional, but in core Appalachia, they call it Appalachia.
Oh, well,
And
I'm
Appalachian
sorry.
Mountains, Appalachian monsters in the woods.
Well, sorry to my own
We'll teach you when you come on the
vocabulary.
caravan down.
I
Yeah.
went to Appalachian State University, and I had never heard anybody call it Appalachia until I went to Oregon and said I went to
Right.
Appalachian, and they were all like, "What are you talking about?"
Well,
Yeah, I
Mine was
never heard
Evan
that either.
Hansen.
you know,
When
they
he
call.
sings it.
That's
What
so
is-
funny.
Wait,
It's
what's
like, why
the
is he saying
lyric?
it like that?
Yeah.
He sings about going on the Appalachian Trail. And
Because-
my whole life, I was like,
You know why? Because we're like anywhere. I'm sure that was written by LA or New Yorkers, and you
Yeah.
know that's how we say
I
it.
loved it. But that was the first time I'd ever heard that.
Yeah, I like never heard it till I was like 19 or 20. Never heard anyone say Appalachia.
You know, they do call Pittsburgh the Paris of Appalachia, so I'll take my notes from the educational and artistic, cultural forefront of culture in Appalachia. Thank you very much.
That's a stretch.
I think
but,
if you said that to people at Appalachia, they'd be
Anyway,
really
that
mad.
just they. I'm technically in Appalachia, okay? But so finishing that off, Dollywood did announce Night Flight Expedition, which is their single largest attraction investment in their history. I believe it's around $50 million, giant show building. It's going to be a new Mock Rides, which is a manufacturer who also did Stardust Racers and Curse of the Werewolf at Epic, but it's a hybrid water coaster / flume ride, all indoor, very high theming. This is also the ride model that I believe was one of the first to introduce this idea. I don't know if others were saying it at the time, but it definitely, I'm not saying it kicked off because of me, but like I just remember at the forefront being like, this is the ride model that I would love to see as the Creature of the Black Lagoon boat ride. When there was a park in France that opened a similar model, and as soon as that opened, I was like, Creature from the Black Lagoon. But I'm not taking credit for that. Please don't think that. But so that I just want to call out Dollywood's 40th, and then the other small thing that I think was a great development this year in the parks space was Marineland in Canada finally announcing its permanent closure in October 2025, because that park is evil. That park is pure evil.
Wait, what?
Oh,
What is
look into
this?
the history of Marineland and the number of animal deaths.
Oh,
and the
Marine. I thought you were saying
Marineland.
it sounded like Maureen, like the woman's name Maureen.
It's
Like,
a rent. It's a rent theme park.
right?
Oh, my nightmare. My nightmare. I hate musicals. I hate musical theater. But that would be my nightmare. But yeah, no, this park, look at the history of this park and the just obscene allegations and things against them. Like, it is just, they finally announced their permanent closure. There are people that have been protesting this park for years, and it's awful. It is absolutely awful. So they are finally fully permanently
That's
closed.
great.
The
Good
Tango
riddance.
Maureen Land.
The Maureen Land, yes. All right,
Okay.
Demi,
All right.
let's close it out.
So I want to give 2 honorable mentions of things that are coming, and then my last thing for sure.
Notable,
first-
Noble musings,
noble
mutterings.
Noble.
Yes.
That's what noble mutterings.
Yes.
All right. The first one, because I am familia, is the Fast and Furious coaster coming to Universal
You're not.
Hollywood in 2026.
I don't know that I'm going to be able to write it. It looks too intense.
Well,
It'll
I'll
make Quincy sick.
We're gonna make you do it. It's fine. We're gonna
Yeah.
do it.
I'll do it once.
I'm so excited as somebody who is obsessed with this franchise. I had a Fast 30 themed birthday party last year. Anything, because I find this franchise just to be the most fun and dumb thing, and it's the most perfect turn your brain off what is happening situation. Like, I predicted at one point they would drive to the moon, and they did. And, you know, now we get a new attraction with them. It's going to be on the upper lot of Universal Hollywood, speeds up to 72 miles per hour. You have what they're calling the Starway Loop. The track is going over the bridge. I can't, like, it's so cool. The cars look so amazing. I am so excited. I also now have I mean, I always have a reason to go to California every year, but like, you know, now I have like a real one for like 2026.
Now Fast and Furious is there.
I can justify this in my budget planning, and I'm just so excited. And I mean, I'm honestly like, I am hoping it's probably gonna be what's replacing Rip Ride, but we don't know yet. But
I think that's a wise guess.
I would guess that, of course.
I mean, obviously different track layout, but and
different
also
track layout, yeah.
good to note here, manufactured by Intamin, which is the same coaster manufacturer that is responsible for Velocicoaster.
Yes.
So, yes.
And then my next, what is it? Noble
muttering.
Noble muttering. Busch Gardens Williamsburg has announced a re-theme of one of my favorite coasters ever, Verbolten, Verbolten Forbidden Turn, where
Park Peeps After Dark.
They're going to be making you drive through the woods of Germany. They're going to make it more spooky, which, like, obviously I'm a spooky person, so this is just like up my alley. It's a park I love to visit every few years or so, and I am just so excited for that. And I can't wait to see what they do with it. It's going to be really awesome. And then my number, well, I guess I wouldn't call it my number, but my official number 3 or number 1, whatever we want to call it. And I'll take this down as a hint.
Yeah.
Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. The announcement at D23 that Disney World will be getting their own Walt Disney animatronic at Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress, which is one of my favorite attractions. I know people like to call it the nap place, but Sherman Brothers song is my jam. I have a poster of it, not even in this room, in a different room, like not even the room with all the stuff I have behind me. You know, it's something that I love so much, and I'm so excited that we will get our own, and that it's still going to, because you know, it's always like scary to think like, oh, something that Walt touched may be gone at some point, like, and they're so, you know, it's dwindling down, and Disney World isn't the original park, so anything that we have that's like original Walt stuff, like the Carousel of Progress, is really special to, at least to me, and I think to a lot of people. And the way that they decided, like, you know what, instead of like getting rid of this, or like, you know, just like letting it sit here, we're gonna do something, you know, that updates it, gets people interested in coming here, which will be great too, because that theater is constantly rotating and seats a lot of people, so maybe if a lot of people want to go, it'll help with lines. And you know, obviously we really don't know what Walt would have wanted, I guess, right, in a sense, but if anybody else would want, if anyone wanted to be an animatronic, I feel like it would be him. I feel like this was the inevitable next chapter of his existence in our world, you know, and I think it's a really cool tribute, and I'm really excited to see it here, because I haven't been to Disneyland since they did it, and I haven't seen him in person.
It's cool.
I think it's very cool, and I think, you know, again, it's just it's called Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress, so Walt should be in it. I think it's really exciting, and I can't wait to see the development on that. And I also just love that they will constantly keep updating that attraction too, like, which gives us hope that it'll stay. And now for real, it will stay.
Oh, this isn't going anywhere for at least 10 years now.
10? I'm hoping forever.
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 Well, I mean, we did it.
We did it, y'all.
We did it.
That's
Wow.
it. That's it. That was 2025. Everything that
was
happened.
What
We
a
didn't-
2025.
everything.
We didn't skip
Literally.
a single thing. And what we
No.
didn't say is that we weren't limited to theme parks. It's just that happened to be what we brought. We actually covered everything that happened in 2025.
Everything.
Everything.
There's
Yeah.
nothing else that happened this year at
That
all.
was it.
No,
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I was so worldly and
Yeah.
that I knew everything. Well, actually, I did know that I know
you
everything.
live in the Paris of the Appalachia. You're super worldly.
Yeah. You should maybe listen to your fiance a little more.
Yeah. Happy
My
wife,
fear.
happy life, Joey.
My fiance is
right.
Captain Cacao.
No. I'm
That's
your fiance.
that's true. That is true.
He's
Yeah.
flashing the Dracula ring.
Wedding.
This is my boyfriend. This is my fiance Joey. Boyfriend Dracula, fiance Joey.
They're two very distinct things.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, Demi, you want to take us away with your line?
Sure, I'll take us away with our line. I mean, you know, an amazing year. But that does it for the Park Peeps inaugural season. Can you believe it? Wow. Oh my goodness.
You did it. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
How many episodes did we do, Joey?
This will be 39. We just missed 40.
Amazing. We started in March. 39 episodes. If this is your first time hearing us, go back and listen to all the incredible other episodes. We stream where all podcasts are streamed, so go and do that.
Even in Romania.
Good, because that's where I'm moving.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Emma and Quincy from AllEars, for being our dear, cherished friends and taking us along all of us on this journey together through 2025.
We're all taking each other.
We're all taking each other.
We had a really big year this year for all of us. We're all tired. We all deserve a little, like, New Year's little maybe daybreak. Just one day off on New Year's Day. But thank you guys so much for being on and for always being awesome. And please go follow them at AllEars Quincy and at AllEars Emma on Instagram, and all their work on the allears.net and AllEars YouTube channel and socials.
That was a feat of improvisation on the script, Demi. Thank you so much.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
Feat of improvisation. And no, Demi is our improv queen. And please make sure to stay tuned after our break at the top of 2026, because Park Peeps will be back for season 2 starting in February. So until then,
yes, but the Magical Hijinx YouTube channel will still be on, so please make sure to go subscribe if you have not done so already, because Japan is coming up. We got a lot of fun things planned, so let's do it. And sorry I cut you off, but I forgot to say that before.
That's okay. Because I was going to say, follow us on social.
Oh, you wrote that. I should have just read that.
At Joey Nolfi. At Magical Hijinx. You know that's HIJINX on YouTube. Also at Park Peeps Pod and parkpeepspodcast.substack.com for more tea on what season 2 has cooking up. Until then, thank you so much for listening to season 1.
Season 1.
And we'll see you real soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I feel like you should call season 2 2 Parks 2 Peeps.
That's staying in the edit.
Why would you say that to Demi?
Oh my God!
It was for Demi.
I know, but now they're gonna have to do it.
2 Parks, 2 Peeps.
That's our trailer for season 2. That's gonna be at the top of our trailer for season 2.
Good night.